Hey guys, it's Elizabeth. Welcome back to my channel. If you are struggling to manifest whatever it is you desire, you are not having any luck, things seem harder than you think they should be, I want you to try this instead. Number one, get extremely clear on what it is you want. And if you're not using intuition to clarify your intentions, clarify your desires, that goal that you would want to manifest, then you are missing out. Your intuition is that connection to the universe, all things out there where all energy is connected. And it is powerful to share with you all that is possible for you. So getting an intuition practice that you are rock solid, can connect to every single time, and aren't confusing it with your ego mind, your anxiety, your fear, then I encourage you to get started on that today. Because once you start building that relationship with your intuition, you can get really, really connected, not only with yourself, but with the universe, with your intentions. And once you start connecting with your intuition on that level for manifestation where you are getting clear, then you can start figuring out what it is going to look like when you've manifested your desires. The way that I did this when I was manifesting my now husband, my soulmate, my partner, my person, was through journaling. I started there. I reflected on all of those things that I had experienced in past relationships that I didn't want. And then I started to get clear on what I did want. And it was really generic and cliche. And I felt like I was getting lost a little bit in what I thought everybody was manifesting in a soulmate relationship. So those things like being committed, being honest, being truthful, giving me gifts, giving me, the emotional support that I needed. And those are all great and wonderful things, but it didn't tell me what that person would look like, what that person would be like, what that would feel like. It wasn't until I started getting clear with my intuition and getting connected into my intuition that I could identify what that would look like. I wanted someone with some personality, some quirks to them, some little things that would make me laugh, that would just be that person. And when I got really connected to my intuition, I could build that out in a concrete way. And I could line up with those feelings of how this person would make me feel and what would be good for me and my kids. Knowing that I had kids, I was going to be bringing into the relationship at some point too, to get really clear. So number one, get clear and use your intuition as that magic wand in your manifesting toolbox to help you line up with your highest life track, what it is that is for your highest and best and everybody else's highest and best, right? When we manifest, we don't want to be so narrow focused and selfish that we are manifesting what we want at the expense of others. So no matter what I do in my spiritual practice, whether it's manifesting, using my intuition, or anything at all, I always ask for the highest and best for all. Because if I win and somebody else loses at my expense, I don't want that on me. And I know that the universe can see the big picture and draw in all of the best for everyone. The next piece that I want you to think about is, how are you taking action? When we are sitting on the couch and doing our visualization and allowing the universe to do its thing, but we aren't taking risks, we aren't stepping out of our boxes, we aren't taking action and saying yes to the things that the universe is trying to put in front of us, then we are going to fall flat. We're not going to get what we want. We're not going to line up with that highest life track that we've been working so hard for. And again, intuition helps us understand what actions we should take. When the universe shows up with something in front of us, it's going to help us understand, is this a positive thing for me to experience. So when I was on the dating apps, which is how I met my husband, I use my intuition to know when to swipe. I can't remember if it's swiping left or right, but swipe the way to connect with somebody. And then as things kept going on, and when you are on a dating app, for instance, you have so many different possibilities. And how do you understand who is going to be the right one for you to go on that date with and go on another date? And sometimes you think it's your intuition talking to you, and you get confused because it's actually anxiety, or that person reminds you of someone you had a past trauma with, or things can get very muddy. And so that's why practicing with your intuition on things that aren't important, so you can start to understand how it feels like when it's actually your intuition, or it's the fear, the past traumas, all that other stuff kind of bubbling up and getting in the way. And what I have found really helpful for me is when I'm in this kind of manifesting super mode where I'm really focused on it, doing all the things, and there are opportunities that come before me that kind of pop up. I try to say yes every time. If it's there, I'm going to say yes. And then as I walk through and I do the steps, if it's not feeling right, and I make sure that I am very aware, I stay present as much as I can, so I can be in tune with my intuition. I can understand when I need to say, okay, I tried this, I explored it, and it wasn't for me, and I'm going to say goodbye. And you can't go wrong. This is the third piece I really want to drive in. You can't go wrong. When you're manifesting and you're doing all the things, the lifelines that you are lining up with are for your highest and best. They are there, and you're not going to miss it. It's going to keep slapping you in the face. I was doing an exercise the other day where I was manifesting a rainbow, and I hadn't seen a rainbow in a very, very long time. And I'm like, okay, let me just test this out, how the universe is going to work. So I did my visualization. I envisioned the rainbow, and all of a sudden I flipped on Spotify, and a song came on, and all of a sudden there were rainbow, 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 rainbow in the song. Then I went out and there was a rainbow at the end of the street. And then I was doing some research on a book that I'm bringing for my husband's cousin who just had a baby, and a rainbow is there. And I just keep seeing rainbows ever since then. That was a couple weeks ago. Ever since then, the rainbows just keep coming. And so when you are manifesting something, the universe is conspiring to bring it to you. And you will get signs that are just slapping you in the face every turn. So you're not going to miss it. So I want you to feel comfortable knowing that you can rely on the universe. You can trust the universe, and you are not going to just, fall asleep and miss it. And if the person that you are manifesting is right for you, the universe will make it known to you that that's your person. Don't give up, and you guys will be together. I really, truly believe and feel that, and I have seen that so many times in my life. So I want you to feel empowered to use your intuition on your manifesting journey. Get clear, get into action. Don't sit back and be a passive participant to this experience. Get out there, have fun with it, be in flow, and enjoy the process, because the process and the journey is where it's at. And if you haven't caught my video yet on how the universe speaks to you, check that out. I hope you guys are doing well, and I'll catch you next time.